this game ends up going the distance here, simply Welcome to Secret Spring, ladies and gentlemen. We're spawning in the right-hand position, roughly 2 o'clock, representing Fnatic. Hasn't quite been able to get the one-up on his opponent so far, even though, skill-wise, they're so closely matched. But he has fallen to be second best today so far, unless he can reverse sweep. And he still has the opportunity to, so let's see if he does it. It's Fnatic's Harstem. His opponent, in the 8 o'clock position, representing team mYinsanity, currently in WCS Premier League. Hailing from New Zealand, playing from Switzerland. Ladies and gentlemen, currently 4-1 up and on match point. It is Petraeus. Alright, so, well, Harstem in a little bit of a rut here. He won the first game and he's lost 4 in a row. He must be wondering what on earth he's doing wrong here. Some of these games have been really close, but some of them have been strategically brilliant from Petraeus. Simply put, the 2 games with the Mutalisk transitions, he basically gave Harstem no chance. Let's be honest, it was very, very well executed. Harstem spent his entire army trying to defend the 3rd base, up until the point where he had to decide if he was going to constantly defend against Mutalisks that were flying around the map or base trade. Both times he opted to base trade, and both times he wasn't quite able to pull it off. So let's see what his plan of attack is going to be this time around. We can see we have the Nexus first into the gateway. The Overlord's going to be immediately able to spot this here. And won't have to worry, of course, about any units that happen to shoot up until the Cybernetics core is down. And Harstem is able to get those sentries and stalkers out on the field to whisk away these overlords. In the meantime, hatch into pool here. We've also got a gas already mining here from Petraeus, so wanting to get an early Zergling speed by the looks of things, so that he can just establish that early game map control. And the probe actually from Harstem sees everything as well, so he knows that this is the opening his opponent has chosen. Every time I click back on the minimap to somewhere where a Protoss building just warped in, I keep reminding myself, wow, they're actually really loud. One of the loudest sounds in the game is a Protoss building warping in. They definitely have egos, that's all I'm saying. They come in with a bang and they're not afraid to show it. Right, Zergling speed in the first 6 lings now. I've noticed, by the way, that Petraeus likes to be quite aggressive in the early game. Sort of previously, we tended to see a lot of games where Zergs tended to just make 1 or 2 pairs of lings. But in every game now, we've seen Petraeus make a minimum of 6 lings, and we actually have 8 on the way in this particular game. He's not afraid to apply a little bit of extra pressure and to just keep his opponent in his base for a little bit longer, just to make him a bit nervous about what might be coming his way. And the first couple of lings are going to be popping up now. Now, this building needs to go down straight away because otherwise he won't get to block it. And, oh, the lings are not able... are we actually able to block the building in time for the other buildings to come forward? There are the other 4 lings. Is this enough? No, there's a sentry there as well. He's got a force field in hand. It's not going to be enough. And 3 lings surviving. The probe, though, stays alive. The Zealot stays alive, and the sentry still has a force field on it. Really, really well done there by Harstem. Reacting in what is basically a panic situation. And replying in the best way possible. Emergency pylon going down there by the looks of things. And it looks like these lings won't have a word in edgeways. Continuing to send a couple more here, though, is Petraeus. He's not afraid of showing he's going to be very, very aggressive indeed. Harstem bringing a 2nd sentry into the mix now while he starts his robotics facility, as you can see. These Zerglings should be able to spot it. Yes, they do. And just confirming that that's a robo by the looks of things. And he will see that it is. In the meantime, we've got the 3rd base coming down for Petraeus. And he's now just constantly droning up. And another Immortal has been started. But this time, guys, it's pretty darn early, I have to say. It's only the 7-minute mark this game. Don't forget, of course, due to shenanigans and early game poking and prodding with gateway units, the first Immortal came out in one of these games at something like the 9-minute and 40-second mark. Well, this is the 7-minute and 25-second mark, and we are going to be seeing Immortal #1 on the field. So Harstem, by the looks of things, is going for a very, very aggressive way to claw his way back into this series. This really is do or die kind of stuff here, and he's being extremely aggressive. And, well, you know what? If you're 4-1 down in a best of 9, to be perfectly honest, I think you have to at this point. And Harstem's saying, right, I'm either going to absolutely hit you to the face and just force you to constantly have trouble with defense, or I'm going to go out basically on a high. And oh, wow, what a smart move. He's actually moving out, by the way, with his second Immortal, because these Zerglings have killed off the rocks in the middle of the map. He's just going to slow this push down against any potential aggression. The reason PetraeUs has done that is because he knows that this building is a robotics facility. So he's saying, look, just in case I'm getting rushed, I'm going to make sure that I increase the distance from my base to my opponents as much as possible by forcing you to take down these obstacles along the way. It's now the 9-minute mark, though, and Harstem has a pretty fearsome army. Guys, the army supply is 46 right now to 10. Now 48 to 10. I cannot begin to tell you how scary this is. Even if you're a Zerg player and you know this is coming, and you can see it a mile away, that doesn't change the fact that this is a very, very scary sight indeed. And PetraeUs now, well, he's scrambling the defense together. The Spire, unfortunately, is almost complete. It's going to take him a while before Mutalisk are going to be able to bat this away. This base, guys, let me tell you for free now, this base is gone. If Harstem decides to just walk straight into this base right now, it gets wiped off the face of the map. And there are, wow, 6 spine crawlers, because he knows how unbelievably serious this is. Where are the Zerglings? They're nowhere, because he's used these spine crawlers and he's only making Mutalisk. There are 9 right now. He needs to try and hold on for as long as possible. If he kills off this army with Mutalisks, and what? I mean, he could just win the game, but look at how big this army is. This War Prism actually has Stalkers in tow, and he can warp in more as well. So the Mutalisk actually would get taken out. GG. And this hyper-aggression from Harstem in game number 6 earns him a victory. He's trying to claw his way back into the series now, and the score stands at 4-2.